This video is brought to you by A Better Route Planner, the route planner for EVs. Hundreds of cars are supported. Choose your configuration, plan your route with the charging network that you want to prefer or charging networks that you want to avoid. If you're a premium member, you can use real-time weather forecast and traffic information, and you can also use A Better Route Planner in your car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Use the link in the description to support the channel and use A Better Route Planner Premium for 30 days for free.
Hello everyone, here I have a Cupra Born from 2024 and here I have a Volkswagen Id.3 from 2024, and today I want to compare them a bit. I did this many years ago when I had my Id.3 First Edition Plus, and then the Cupra Born came out and I compared them, but now we are in 2024. These are new versions and I want to show you what's still different in those two cars and what has changed. The Born is way more aggressive looking, especially here in the front. It just looks more sporty and more aggressive. I mean, this is the VZ version, but even the normal version just is more sporty. The Id.3 looks a bit more nice and not so aggressive, especially the front. It's just different, and it's of course a taste thing. Trunk space and interior space is exactly the same. Both cars have the same form. Big difference is the reversing camera. On the Born, it's here really on the bottom. It has a spray system, but it's really low and it's always out. On the Id.3 you have your backup camera here under this logo, and it's opening the trunk, but if you put it into reverse, this thing comes up and it means the camera is higher and it's always hidden from rain and stuff, so it's always clean. The interior is very similar, but we have a bit of a different design of the buttons underneath the screen and on the steering wheel. We have a bit more color here in the Born, and the middle console is bigger. In the Born, the design of the buttons is a bit different. There is no steering wheel heater button on the steering wheel, but we have a drive mode button on the steering wheel and a Cupra button that gets you to the most powerful mode. In the Id.3 we have a button to turn the steering wheel heater on, and you still have the exact same buttons as the Born. I don't know why it's missing in the other car. In the Id.3 there are no buttons to change the driving profile on the steering wheel. You have to use a button that you put on here, or you have to go into the menu. They both have the same head-up display, just a tiny bit of a different design when you see the speed. The same for the cockpit. It's the same information, just a bit of a different design. The cockpit of the Id.3, it feels bigger even though it shouldn't be. But I don't know, when I sit inside it feels like the speed is bigger, the display of it. Underneath the hood, these two cars are exactly the same. You can have more options with the Id.3 when it comes to motors and battery, but what you can have in the Id.3 as well, what you can have in the Born. Let's talk battery. In the Id.3 you can have a 52 kilowatt hour battery, 59, 77 or 79. In the Born you can have a 60, 77 or 79. The 52 is not available. When it comes to motors, you can have the two small batteries with a 150 kilowatt motor in the Id.3. The 60 and the 77 kilowatt hour battery in the Born have 170 kilowatt. Then with the 79 kilowatt hour battery in the Born, you only have the VZ, this version, which has 240 kilowatt. In the Id.3 with the 79 kilowatt hour you can have a 210 kilowatt motor. It's a GTX or a GTX Performance with 240. The hardware underneath, so what controls the car, and the software are exactly the same. The software looks different and has different things, and you can use it in a different way, but it's basically the same. So they both have the preheating of the battery with a button manually, or navigating to a charger, and then it preheats the battery. You can navigate to a destination, and will plan the charging stops and all of this. It's done in a different way and it looks different, but basically it's the same. What you can have in the Id.3 is the Matrix LED headlights. So this can move in the corner when you drive into a corner, and the high beam assist means that matrix light segments of the high beam turn off if a car is coming towards you or in front of you, but the rest of the high beams stay on. The Born has a normal LED light, and when you have the high beam assist on, it just turns it on or off, no segments. Let's go through the differences that you have in the infotainment system. Like I said, the base software is exactly the same. They just chose it in a different way. Number one, what's different is that I can change one button here for the climate underneath here, and I can change two here. In the Born, it's just one on each side. And up here, I can change four, which is cool, but in the Born it's so cool that on the left, parking and Android Auto, Apple CarPlay come automatically if they are connected. Here I have to put them up here separately. Also, when I swipe down here, I have my favorites, but there are no assist systems that I could turn off. I have to put assist here in a button, and then I could turn stuff off that I don't like lane assist or the speed limit warning. Here in the Born, climate looks a bit different, and like I said, I can only change this button and this button, the rest is done. And up here I can do 3 buttons, but here on this side, like I said before, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay will appear, and right now parking. So you don't need it in here. This is awesome. And you don't need the drive mode in here since it's on the steering wheel, and you don't need assist system up here as well, because when you scroll down favorites, there's an assist button here, and you can turn off the main assist things that might annoy you. Home button is up here. That's the difference. And then the biggest thing is the layout. So you can change those things, of course, on each page, but it's just 2 pages, and it's a 1 big thing and 2 small things. You cannot change the layout, you cannot add a 3rd page, and you can only change what's in those 3 tiles, but that's it. The layout of the Id.3 I can change. So I have right now 4 tiles or whatever you want to call it. Of course I can change them, but I can add another one, and I can change the design of this. It can be different sizes. So I can have more than 2 windows, and I can have different sizes and different layouts. Battery optimization window in the Id.3 shows me a little line, so no number or anything. I can see with how much power I can charge right now, but it shows me with how much power I could charge if I would preheat the battery. It takes 44 minutes, and I could charge with 81 kilowatt. In the battery optimization page, I see my battery temperature in percent. So I see I'm at 55%, 100% would be the best temperature for charging. But what I don't see is the charging power I would have if I preheat the battery, only what's available right now. And in the Id.3 I can have Spotify as an app, not over Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. In the Cupra Born, I cannot have that. They both have now the ID light. Previously the Born didn't have that. Now the Cupra Tavascan and the Cupra Born have the ID light. They call it Smart Light. And this shows if you have to get off the highway, if you have to go right or left, charging process, warning messages, and other stuff like that. So this is the VZ, and I haven't driven a normal Cupra Born, but the seats in this VZ are not amazing. They're a bit hard, they're extremely long, and you cannot adjust them, and you don't have massage. You have 3 memory functions for the seat position, but no massage. The seats in the Id.3 I find more comfortable, and I have a massage function. That's my thing. Let's talk differences between the Volkswagen app, how to control the car when you're not in the car, and the My Cupra app. Biggest difference is when you have the Park Assist Plus and you do remote parking. In the Volkswagen right now you still need a second app, the Park Assist app, to do the whole parking. In the My Cupra app it's already included. But there's a difference when it comes to starting. The Volkswagen app starts way earlier, but then it takes a few seconds, way faster, but then it takes a few seconds till you get the state of charge. In the Cupra, the starting process takes longer, but then you have all the data. But what I have noticed, sometimes when you are in a different window, it shows a different state of charge. So while I'm charging, at one window it says 39%, and in the other window it says 42%. I see the same information right away when I go in here, see my state of charge and my range in both app. apps. What is nicer in the Volkswagen, I have all the controls right away. In the my Cupra, I have to go to vehicle, and then I can do the preheating, which takes now a second. I can do the preheating of the battery, preheating of the interior, which has to load, and I go back, it has to load. I see the battery, I could see that it's charging and everything. And it sees everything is closed, but it's not in the home screen. Here I could lock and unlock. In the Volkswagen app, I see everything right away. I can go to preconditioning here. I can do my departure times here. I can lock, unlock here. I have everything in here right away. And then the special settings underneath. I like that better. So these are the differences that I noticed. I'm sure there are more differences. And if you know them, you can put them in the description. I drove both for a week now, and this is the things I noticed that are different. And I had a Tavascan before the Born. But they both are great cars. I love the motor in the Born V8, the APP 550 motor, powerful and efficient, and gigantic battery. This is an Id.3 Pro with the old 150 kilowatt motor and the small battery 59 kilowatt hours, which is now better and charges hopefully better. I did a charging test, but I still have to analyze it. But they're both great cars. They're both amazing. It's all up to you. What is more important to you? If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.